How's it going, guys? It's Pandalized here with a guide, and today we are going to be going over the Jett Masterclass on Lotus. This guide is going to contain tricks and tips that I've learned playing against high immortals and radiants over the new act, as well as just some of tactics and strategies that you can apply to get the one up on your opponents and start winning these Lotus games. So without further ado, let's get straight into this guide, and I hope you enjoy the video. As for skill jumps on Lotus, there only really is one, and it's this one on a sight from heaven. You just jump, glide, and crouch, and you should make it every time. It's very easy to get back and forth between these. However, if you really want to show off, you can jump from here and get back into heaven. When it comes to defending Lotus with Jett, I would say that A site is Jett's strongest site, simply because her only skill jump is on this site, and the amount of verticality that you can play with off of these boxes, this box, it can catch your opponents off guard. One of the most aggressive defenses that I do is I dash out rubble paired with a breach flash or a KO flash. I will open the door and ask my teammate to flash me out. I'll dash, go for the pick, and if nobody is here, well then now we have a lobby control and you can lurk. Another aggressive defense that I like to do is when the barrier drops, you come and play inside of the cubby. Now, this is not a favorable battle for you. It is really just to catch one off guard, and you want to be smoking yourself off and getting out of here as soon as you've got the man advantage. When it comes to playing defensively as Jett, you can take the standard angle. You're going to get pre-aimed, but jiggling it is fine. And then playing back here, again, it's another pre-aim angle, but you've got so many options. So maybe one round you'll play here, another round you can play here, and another round you can even play off of this box here. There are so many angles here, but you just got to be wary that this is paper thin. If you keep getting picks and having to back off, get backed off with util, but one of the best spots you can go as Jett is on top of this box. This is a great off angle, as people will not be expecting it. You'll just be able to pick them off. Now, as Jett, playing inside of this cubby is great, the drop down, as you can get a pick and you can go back up heaven. You can smoke yourself off, you can drop back down, you can fight. Another way to play is inside of tree, quite defensively, is if you think that you can hide here, get a teammate to bait for you. They can bait, they open the door, you get one or two, smoke yourself off, dash out, play with your teammate on site, and just try and survive. This is where you can then go up in this box, back off, float to here if it's safe, or go the long way around. Two of the most common op spots are definitely playing inside of a stairs here. On this angle, it's very, very strong angle. Hold it quite wide as people and neons slide. You get your pick, then you can go heaven, especially if you're going to get smoked off. You can hold this angle here, get them as they come in and fall off, and just continue playing off of your op. Another additional op spot is playing the default spot here. This is pre-aimable. I haven't had much luck with this. However, one spot I love to play is on top of this box. This angle is great, and I've nearly never died here. The problem with getting out of this angle is you need to practice where to stand and how to dash, as you need to jump and dash like this. I just messed it up because the dash here, you can't dash backwards or else you're going to be in the open. You can't dash to the side or you're going to be in the open. So what you need to do is do a diagonal dash standing on this corner, and you need to jump and dash like this. I wouldn't necessarily recommend opping tree, but if you want to go for a cheeky pick, I have done it before, of opening the doors, going for a cheeky pick, backing off, and then playing from within tree. A couple of eco strategies that I've used on A as well are taking a stinger and hiding in this box. If you have a teammate that baits for you here, I've had 2 or 3 people walk past this, not clear it. You get 2 or 3 and you can just dash out. Another one is in this corner in a stairs. People just seem not to check this, especially if they have aggressive characters or omens that like to TP across here, Jetts that like to dash in. It's a pretty good spot on an eco to catch a kill and potentially get a gun for anybody overextending. When it comes to defending on B, because Jett doesn't have much delay at all, I like to play quite aggressively. Normally paired with a breach flash, stun, or omen flash. A rhino flash also works. You can flash through this wall, you shouldn't get blinded, and you can take this early fight. A lot of the times I like to play B is with stingers or half-buys or shotguns. This angle is great. When they swing, you can just take them, back off, or even better, when the barrier drops, you can jump, crouch into this corner, wait for them. If you hear them running, prep your dash, get a kill or two, dash out. Because I think when you're just rifling B, you tend to get smoked off. You don't have much delay as Jett. You can't really aggressively dash on them. You can play some maybe off angles like this. If you hear them coming, and dash away, play another angle. So if you're rotating from A, this angle's pretty good. You get smoked off a lot, you get flashed, but this angle, people tend to check this, so holding tight where they stutter step, normally a free kill or two. Maybe I like to dash in with the shorty as well, especially if they're planting. I've got a few kills doing that from here. And other than that, if you're rotating from heaven, this angle is obviously good to go from, and if you're rotating from C into B, this angle can be quite difficult as well, but if you can get posted here, it's pretty good. Defending C on Lotus is very strong as Jett because there's a lot of aggressive plays you can make. You can bail yourself out, as well as the verticality that you can play off of, especially when opping, which I'll show later, is very, very strong. From pistol round, I like to challenge this angle. Now, I'll start dry, and I'll try and challenge this angle. If I see nobody here, I tend to go to this angle and just wait. At this point, if you get a pick, then you go to this angle, and then you can crouch and dash out. This is the same whether it's with a pistol or with a rifle or an op. You can peek this angle, get to this off angle, peek this angle, and then you get out. Another off angle, which is aggressive, that you can do is get up on top of this box. Now, doing this right off the start of the round is quite risky, but if you know that they tend to come back C or they're playing it slow, this can be an easy kill to catch on a lurker that you can get, and then you can just dip. This wall here from Waterfall is ideal. If you want to wait for them to push up and you hear them take the orb, well, you can play pretty tucked in here. Then if you hear them, call for your breach or omen flash, pop your dash, come out, get a kill, come back. Now you're playing defensively. One of the best spots that you can start with on Jett is this angle right here. So this mound is quite tall. If I show, your head is actually quite high. What you want to do is go with your back against this wall, and I tend to ADS, and just until I can barely see the mound here, and you just tap. You can just tap heads here. Now, doing this solo is quite risky because if they're smart and they know that you're playing that angle, they can actually walk up here, crouch, and flank you silently. So this is best paired with a teammate. If they tend to be taking a C mound off of you, then play 2C, play this angle here. Your teammate can then play close here, cover you, or play underneath here as well. Very, very strong setup. I love this angle with the op. I will peek this, and if nothing peaks within a few seconds, I will get to this off angle. And again, you take this op battle, you then peek here, you take this, prep your dash, go here. If you feel under pressure, you can smoke. Then you're backing off to this angle, just right here. Then once the smoke disappears, you hold, you kill, go back to this headshot angle, try and get a pick, and if you're losing this site completely, you can go here. With so many fallback angles, and if you miss this, you can then back off to CT. It's very, very, very good to op C, and I've picked apart teams getting 3Ks and 4Ks consistently over games. As for eco strats on C, buying a stinger and playing here is very, very good. You can get the one and done spot, maybe get around this corner, play close again. Playing close here is also very good with a stinger, or playing here. But even better is doing some plays with, say, like an omen. The omen can teleport there. If they're not coming out, then you go here as well. You tuck in. You can maybe play a little bit aggressive. This works with the rifle as well. Or you both tuck, you get the kill, you dash out. Your omen's there, you've got a crossfire. This is a very, very good off angle, especially in a post-plant situation. Very, very good. I've played this angle before of just opping here, because when they're actually clearing this, they clear here, they tend to then put the crosshair here and swing here. You're up here. It's a free kill. When attacking A as Jett, what a lot of people do is dash towards rubble. However, what tends to happen then is when you dash, you waste your dash, you get stuck, your enemy or your teammates get util dumped by the enemies, and if they're clever, you're going to get breach, aftershocked, you're going to get resonated, you're going to be on your own for a minute. So what I would recommend is really just hanging on to your dash, waiting for their util to be dumped, and taking it back with your own flashes and your own util. And if you can, this angle here is one I love going on top of Rit. As people who are holding this, they'll be holding this angle, and your head appears up here. Another way you can do it is by hugging this and dropping down, and then peeking close as it's just a little bit closer than they expect, and it might throw their crosshair off as well. Once you've taken control of this sort of A rubble, A main area, clearing the cubby, one of the best things I like to do is actually smoking spawn, especially if you're going fast, is smoking into spawn, dashing in, and just taking this fight. Because if you can get into spawn, you can create a lot of havoc and just split the site up. You can wrap into heaven, you can go into drop, and your team can just hit them from basically 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Otherwise, if the enemy team is giving you all of this space and they're playing very defensively, one of the things I like to do is to just curve a smoke close like this, get inside of it, smoking heaven, and then dashing up into heaven. This can cause a lot of turmoil in the enemy team, as you can be drop, you can be heaven. Now the guys in sight are worried about the behind as well as in front, and it can just make a lot of space for your team to hit 4 angles from tree, from main, from heaven, and from drop, and you can just collapse the site that way. If your team like taking tree control through the switch, then go with them. Obviously clear tree as best you can, be careful of the corner, it's much deeper than people realize. But one of the things I like doing is placing a smoke here to then dash on top of this box here. It's quite a far dash, so placing your smoke out far, running into it, and smoking quite high allows you to get on top of this box and even drop into drop, and you're pretty covered when doing this. And again, it just splits the team up. They're concerned about being attacked from in front and behind now, as the people that were holding this are now concerned about behind them. The person that's here is smoked off by your smoke, and they just, if they're not a Jett or anybody with verticality, you can box them in and they're likely to make noise.
The best post plant for A is to line yourself up with the back wall of hut, plant, look into the wall so it's a tighter plant. This allows you to go into heaven, play off of your knives. Using this gap in the wall, you have 2 opportunities with both updrafts. And if you whiff all your knives, it allows you the opportunity to drop silently, play off of it. And if you don't drop, still a great position up here. It gives you the chance to play off of it with your smokes. And it's also just a great post plant position nearly anywhere on site.
When attacking B, one of the best ways you can do it aggressively is off of this box and spawn. I mention it later in this video as well when using your knives, but if you have a breach or a neon, you can stun here and prep your dash. Now when you jump dash, you should be able to catch somebody off guard if they're trying to cross to this box or play aggressively, but otherwise, what I would really recommend doing is just scaling up naturally, clearing this B main area, as there's a much stronger dash towards the site. Is if you take B lobby like this, well, you can actually jump dash on top of this box just from B main here, like this, if you glide. Now, what this allows you to do is exit from this box to the upper. You can swing C-link, or you can swing bottom site for A-link. And it looks something a little bit like this. You aim to the left of this pillar with a smoke, you jump, dash, glide, and now you can exit upper, you can drop down here, or you can drop onto site. And this, compared with another smoke, could really make life hell for the attackers, or the defenders, sorry, as you can just do so many plays, especially when paired with a shorty, which is my favorite thing to do. The second dash I like doing on B is more towards the site. However, if you think they're opping B upper or they have strong control, you can just curve a smoke towards B upper, place a smoke on site, and just dashing into site. This allows you to exit. You can put pressure on A-link. They don't know if you're going to be pressuring upper when your other smoke is here as well. As well as if you put your smoke on the edge of this and dash into it, well, they don't know if you're going towards C, coming up, or wrapping into sight. It's really just about playing around your smokes on B and making the space for your team and surviving for long enough so that you can take control of the site.
Now this post plant on B is a little bit of a gimmick. You want to place yourself in line with this pillar, as we're going to be playing off the A-link window. Look into the wall for the tighter plant. Naturally, you want to pop your knives. And when we're updrafting, you need to stand in this corner. If you're not, you're going to bonk your head off of this archway. So place yourself here, ping the bomb, and do not jump, just updraft and glide. Now you're unlikely to get a kill with this, but it will get them off the bomb, and it allows you to play post plant. You can smoke, get your teammates to ping, spray through, jump up onto this ledge and peek, and it's just a great post plant position for nearly any position on the B site.
When it comes to attacking C, what I like to do is challenge the C main angle nearly every single round. Especially on pistol, I'll buy a sheriff, I'll ping this angle, and I will take this fight. Because this early fight, if you can condition the enemy into not wanting to hold C main, especially if you're winning these fights, then you pretty much have a free orb every round, and it's very, very successful. When it comes to taking C with rifles most rounds, if I know that they're opping C main, or maybe they're playing heavy presence on C mind, well, you can use this wall just to updraft. If you updraft and just flash your minimap, just like that, if you look at my minimap, just so that you flash it, you'll be able to see if they're playing close at all. When it comes to scaling up on C from mind, you really want to take your time. You want to place yourself behind here and you want to slice this pie, because these angles are so shallow and they can really be anywhere on any of these elevations that you just want to take your time. Really slice the pie, just make sure that you cover everything before moving in. When it comes to dashing in on C, the main smoke I like to do is on the right side of this pillar. It allows you to dash in, chill for a second, and you can exit to the right, you can come down the stairs, and I like buying a shorty because what it means is when you dash up, you can put down another smoke and just start fighting inside of your smoke. If you hear them here, you can jump out, shorty them. Also, when you dash in from the smoke here, you do have the option of jumping out on this box, clearing it as well if you know that they've been playing there quite often. The second dash I like to do on C is if you can clear top sight and you're suspecting that they're not going to peek you, well, you can smoke close and then smoke far. You can get into your smoke, dash, and now you're a nuisance on the site. You can updraft, fight these guys that are probably holding from defender spawn as well as from waterfall, as this makes so much space. They're so worried about you in this back corner that your teammates can just run up and take full control of site, and you can be traded quite easily.
So for C site, we want to plant on top site here, as it is good for both C mine and defender spawn. Now look into the corner for the tight plant, and if you're playing from C mine, you want to updraft on top of this box, and if you play tight, you're very hard to see, and you can hold these headshot angles here and here. You can also watch spawn, and when you hear them tap, you can either jump and glide across like this, or you can updraft and get a bit of movement in there for a different angle. Now if you're playing from defender side, defender spawn, what you want to do is place yourself around this corner. When you hear them tap, you want to updraft at the top of this ramp. Gives you plenty of time to shoot them, and it's a pretty strong after plant with rifles from both different elevations as well. Before we begin, it's good to know that updrafting on its own will not get you as high as if you press space and updraft simultaneously. This extra bit of height is what allows these updraft combos to work flawlessly and gives you the extra breathing room you need to hit those headshots. For A defense, the best updraft spot early round is off of this box in spawn. The caveat being that you need to get on top of the box without using either of your updrafts, so using a sage wall or even better a raised satchel, get yourself on top of the box and position yourself in this corner so that we avoid this corner when we jump to the side and double updraft. This should give you plenty of time to get a kill, and it's very safe and reliable. Now a mid to late round updraft is if you know that they're coming out of tree, we can jump off of this ledge and look over this wall, time it right and get a kill. Now we get 2 opportunities at this, and it also allows you to peek close and far. When attacking A, there are 2 different paths I like to take depending on how the enemies are playing. If the enemies are stunning close, what I will do is prep my dash and my knives early to then dash on top of rubble. This allows you to take early fights, and if you see nobody or you get the kills, then you can float, and when you're close, you can updraft, clear close, and try and get some cheeky angles onto sight. The second way I like to attack A is if you know that they are opping stairs, then what you want to do is jump on top of root, just like this. So prep your dash, jump on top of root. If you updraft, you'll be able to see their toes. If you get a kill, you can smoke dash in, it's pretty safe, get the op, and then you can play the tempo of the round, smoke off, go heaven, etc, etc. For B defense on Lotus, there aren't many great updraft spots for Jett, which is why I don't necessarily recommend playing her on B. However, if you know they're rushing B main, you can pop your knives and your dash, jump, and this will give you enough elevation to get an off angle and get back to safety. If you know that they're consistently planting here backside, Then you can get into this corner and again, maybe get a cheeky kill and maybe get them off the bomb. However, B isn't necessarily the best for Jett. Attacking B is not great as Jett. However, one method you can do is get on top of this box early, get your breach to stand and get ready to stun B main or a neon stun, and you can pop your knives and dash to get an early kill. So pop your knives, jump, dash, and you can hopefully get a kill while they're stunned. So one of the best early round updraft spots hits C lobby. You're going to need a Sage for this. Get them to wall this off and you can double updraft. And you've got so much time to hit them here. It's very safe and reliable. But again, the caveat being you need a Sage wall. Another early round updraft is if you pop your dash and glide, you can updraft just as you come out of here, get a kill and then dash back. And the third updraft spot is if you jump out here and see nobody, if you want to flank, pop your dash, come up here, clear this. And now you've got a very, very fast flank and you can get a nice updraft on any of the people holding flank and you have your dash to get back to safety as well. When attacking C, if you know that they like playing outside of main, hiding mind, or even opping main, one thing I like to do is position myself ready to jump on top of these boxes, and it means that you're going to get a very, very steep angle on anyone playing outside of main. Just like this. So you jump, prep your knives, and if you double updraft, you're so high that you can clear anybody, and it's such a high angle they won't be expecting it, as they might be looking here instead of here. If you suspect somebody is playing in this corner, either they've pushed A on defense and they're holding it for a lurk, or they're simply lurking themselves on attack, well, a very, very situational updraft you can do is jump on top of this box, and if they're inside of this corner or along this wall on A lobby, you can actually see their head and potentially get that pick. Another situational updraft is if you're going C, say it's planted or you hear them rotating, you can updraft on top of this box and jump over the waterfall and potentially catch somebody off guard here. If you find yourself having rushed A very, very quickly with your team, you can run here, glide here, and if you updraft, you might be able to catch somebody with a knife out rotating from B or C. Lastly, a good situational updraft which you might find yourself in is if you're in C-side defender spawn, you can updraft C spawn, but if you continue, you'll be able to catch people off guard rotating from A. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe, hit that bell, because I'm going to be making a few more of these videos on all the different maps in the map pool at the moment. And yeah, so stay tuned to see more Jett guides, and the next episode of Jett Masterclass will be Pearl. See you guys there.